Top 25 fastest boxers that will never be forgotten. Hit that sub button. Roll to 10,000 subs. Help me get there. Let's begin.
And in quick succession. Welcome back to another Top 25 Countdown here on Boxing Legends TV. Today, we present the ultimate list of boxing's most elite rapid-fire pugilists.
Oh, it's really nailed! Big left hook, big right hand! Down it goes, big left Thomas!
It feels like an eternity since we've uploaded one of these, but today's video will stand above all others before and after. Raw clips, performance cards, key stats, and most importantly, a migraine for the poor men that had to share the ring with them.
You better hit that sub button, pimp, because this is part 1. You better subscribe. Let's go.
The fighters will be ranked by pound for pound, so you might see a few slightly slower, bigger guys higher up. But I can assure you, to make this list, you've got to be a speed demon of the highest order.
Young competitive fighter instead of just a whole night fighter.
First up, we have the currently active George Linares.
Quiere acabar esto, señores. No está viendo de nuevo el de Venezuela atacando.
Siento que los dos están cortados.
Good work from Linares.
There are only a handful of fighters listed today that still participate in the sport, but I think it's fair to say the lightweight warrior has proven his deadly fast hands at world level long enough to earn a spot.
But it would be an upset. Oh, down goes Campbell on a right hand by Linares.
Lou Duva was asking for back in that between the 6th and 7th round. And Eddie Hobson pouring it on. Good activity for Hobson. He can put 10, 12 punches together right now. Sonny Long.
Get him.
Oh, look out. He's going for more. That's great.
Double,
There's
triple.
one more than it.
Let's go.
If you're wondering who the hell Eddie Hobson is, don't be alarmed. I can actually imagine there are a few hardcore fans watching this thinking the same thing.
Well, it was obvious that he could not deal with the hand speed of Eddie Hobson tonight. Another step in the development of Eddie Hobson. Now back to Sam.
This once standout teenage amateur failed to leave much of a legacy as a pro. In all honesty, he had the tools to be an elite champion, but was never the same after suffering his first defeat at 26-0.
Eddie, he won the
You'll struggle to find a YouTube video with more than 1,000 views with Hobson in the title, which is sad considering the talent he possessed. A fantastic boxer mover that could strike like lightning from all angles.
Undefeated Eddie Hobson in the white trunks, and he floors Hector Bonfire.
Exactly. That man was amazing. You just like I said, you have to know boxing and be a boxing fan to know who Eddie Hobson was. But when they talk about hand speed, you see he in the top 25. He with it.
combination by Judah. Pouring it on. No doubt hoping to finish with a knockout.
Oh, then you had a problem. How'd you really combination from Judah followed by a left. Now,
Zab Judah is a name you'll see pop up on many lists like this. However, it's vital the clips presented are from back when he still had a bit of hair on his head. Sure, they're a bit grainier in terms of visual quality, but it's before the 2000s when his speed and reflexes were at their most ferocious.
evidence of that here in the opening minutes.
You know, it's interesting. McGrone said he's hard to hit with 2 punches clean. He's hard to catch up with.
Super Zab might be the face of boxing memes nowadays, but he was admittedly a top draw contender in his day.
It was no big secret that Zab Judah, as an amateur, was actually sparring with Pernell Whitaker. And the stories were that he would hold his own.
Here, Johnny loads up the right hand, left hook again. Oh, he turned on that right hand. Don't leave him straight like this.
There were so many things to love about Johnny Tapia, with his amazing fighting style being
First off, look at them 92 hand speed. He was with it. Come on now.
just one of them.
He's embarrassing the WBA's #1 contender. What can I tell you?
One of the most unique boxers in history for the way he could knuckle down and trade in the center of the ring. Tapia had that crazy sort of speed that looked sped up at times, but I can assure you, like all the other clips in this video, it hasn't been manipulated in any way.
That real power of whoa, what a thump as Walker hits the canvas.
To finish the man puts another 2 rights down the pipe.
They were down the pipe. It was a good comeback.
Terrible Terry Norris was an explosive beast in his prime. If his opponent showed a slight glimpse of weakness, he would pounce faster than a starving cheetah, whether the bell had sounded or not.
Round 3. And they fight after the bell.
Outside of his dirty tactics, he was also known for his impressive hand speed and combinations, something the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard had to find out the hard way.
Body blow landed by Terry Norris. He's inside of 10. Norris.
Nothing else you can do about it. Here pretty soon. Absolutely. Take a look at this fight.
His face is first side of it in the 10.
Because even if he should be foolish enough to take another fight, he shouldn't be given a license.
The future world champion Terry Norris. This is my last fight. Thank you for coming out. God bless you all.
Remember, Gardner has never been stopped, but he is. Hey, look at those heads. The unending combination. And then right to that, he lost his concentration.
Michael Dokes defies the standard model of a speedster. He's a heavyweight, slightly chubby, and for much of his career, an alcoholic and drug addict.
I think it was supposed to happen like that. It taught me.
Boy, you can look at that man and tell, boy, he knocking back 42 of them things and beating everybody ass. I'm pretty sure he had domestic violence at some point, because that man looked like he just liked to fight.
Great lesson.
Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson reap all the praise when it comes to quick heavyweights. But I think Dokes lets his shots fly just as fast, if not faster.
The opening round, scheduled for 12.
He's the first fighter that I fought. You know, as a heavyweight, he had quick hands just like mine. Whatever I hit him with it, he hit me back. If I hit him 3 times, he hit me 3 times.
Holyfield, who's taking big shots. Oh, he's gotten hurt. He's got Holyfield in some trouble here.
His corner told him when Tony rolled to go underneath.
Tony with magnificent hand speed.
While James Toney will always be renowned for his defensive wizardry during his prime, you'll have to give credit where it's due and rank him amongst the top middleweights of all time in terms of hand speed as well.
I got milk, baby. Who's next?
Toney has an incredible 30-year career in professional boxing, winning countless titles across countless divisions. While I enjoy watching an overweight James toy with the guys up at cruiser and heavyweight, nothing compares to the slim 160-pound version of himself. A good 6 to 7 years of pure destruction.
Now, come on now. You know it ain't a highlight if you ain't got Pretty Boy Floyd in it. Let's go. Hit that sub button. Pimp, appreciate you.
Good shots.
It's probably no surprise that the greatest boxer of this generation makes the list, and it could quite easily be for the slick, pot-shotting style during the tail end of his career.
Sticks the right hand, and there's a counter left hook to the body by Canelo. But Mayweather keeping him at bay with the jab.
People often overlook just how fast Floyd can throw a single punch, especially for a man in his mid-30s. Still, he makes it at number 14 for the way he took fighters apart for the first 10 or so years of his career.
Took a left hook, dropped it back.
Floyd Mayweather is supposed to win. He's a virtuoso in his prime. Only complacency truly can endanger him.
Come on now. All right. The GOAT for a reason.
Steele, De La Hoya with the punishment. And that's it. That's it.
Oscar De La Hoya turned pro in 1992, and it wasn't until the turn of the century where he started to suffer the defeats we see on his record today. During that time, he fought Hall of Fame legends back-to-back and took them apart with rapid-fire combinations.
Lyndon
Even the great Julio Cesar Chavez admitted he'd never seen speed like De La Hoya's.
Chavez at this point now blood from the nose of Julio Cesar Chavez.
I personally think Oscar is one of the most underrated fighters in the modern era. Glance over that resume and watch back some of the old tapes. A formidable talent beat only by himself.
Duarte holding on.
13th round. Mitch Halpin looking on. Halpin's close. He's close.
What a brave man Oscar De La Hoya is. Expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McKinley and Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laid it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. Tyson flips him with the left hand. Look at that.
Tyson moves in for the kill. 2 uppercuts to the left hand.
Oh, no. Now the right combination. Steals.
I hope you didn't think that we were going to miss out on Kid Dynamite. Mike Tyson set the model for how all short heavyweights should take to the ring against these modern-day dinosaurs.
Tyson misses a left and then lands a pulverizing left that sends Coley crashing to the canvas.
Many regard Tyson as the fastest heavyweight of all time, which is fair enough, but to think many regard him as one of the hardest hitters as well, geez, you just have to feel sorry for his opponents.
I dared challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills. They're just as good as dead.
If he can beat this man, there's another one. There's a big left hook.
Come on now. Like, you can't do... Was it Sugar Shane, if I'm not mistaken? Sugar Shane Mosley?
Why not stop it now? And there's the white towel. Trying to land two. Another hard right hand. Stone is in trouble. Left hook. And Jay Nady stops the fight. That is a flat-out knockout.
Another entrant that might raise a few eyebrows, but when Shane Mosley burst onto the scene in the mid-90s, fight fans around the world were truly believing this might be the next pound-for-pound star.
Big left hand by Mosley. Oscar De La Hoya unfazed. Mosley landing again.
Mosley is another one of those guys that fought the who's who of everybody from his era. A 3-weight world champion that, if he didn't whip your ass, would certainly go down trying. A future Hall of Famer for sure.
Mosley. Another big right hand. Mayweather's knees buckled on the second right hand.
Good left hand to the body.
We're going to stop it right there, pimp. Like and subscribe. Top 25 fastest boxers. And we ain't even finished. This just part 1. Part 2 tomorrow. I'm out.